going on, everybody? Welcome back to the DFS process. Now, coming off the big win that I had 2 nights ago where I dropped a 419 and won 44,000 off just $20. Tonight I dropped a 279.75 and a 245, my 2 lineups. So obviously not as good as the day before, but it is what it is. It happens. But anyway, let's talk about this Thursday slate. We got 5 games on the table, starting off at point guard. Let's see, James Harden. We have James Harden. Chris Paul is questionable. And also Eric Gordon is questionable. The thoughts are that one of those players misses the game. The odds are, so James Harden at 11.4, coming off a 100-point performance, and his price tag only rose by 200. It's pretty much been like steady just in the 11Ks. But yeah, James Harden, if either one or both of those players miss the game, James Harden will be an absolute lock, even though it is on the road against San Antonio. We saw the amount of usage he had. He dropped a triple-double, scoring 60 points, took 30 shots. He's going to have to take 30 shots again if Chris Paul and Eric Gordon are out. And at 11.4, I don't know who would fade him at this price tag. Obviously, tonight we don't have that many studs. We got Russell Westbrook. You can play over him. I think Westbrook's in a great bounce-back spot. Only scored 13 points in his last game. But then he also got Giannis. I do like Giannis a lot. If Paul and Gordon play, I'll probably go down to Giannis because at 10.4, that is a very cheap price tag. Dropped $600. Eric Bledsoe is doubtful for this game. And against this Timberwolves team, they're going to need the usage of Antetokounmpo. At 10.4, that's a really nice price tag. Oh yeah, but those are your 3 studs. And then we get into these high-value dollars. But James Harden is obviously the top one, surrounding that if news of Eric Gordon and Chris Paul. So I love me some James Harden today. Another guy that I do like at the shooting guard position, really, really cheap, and that is, I love Gary Harris, but I also do like Malcolm Brogdon. Brogdon at 53, given the fact that Eric Bledsoe is doubtful for this game. If Bledsoe misses, Brogdon is going to see lots and lots of run. He only played 22 minutes against the Sixers, but usually he's going to be playing in the 30s, as you see here, mid to high 30s. So I don't know what that was here, if he was injured or something. But yeah, good upside with 40. We see some 40 points in there. We also see a lot of 20s. But if Bledsoe misses the game, then I love Malcolm Brogdon in this spot. If Bledsoe ends up playing, then I'll probably go up to Gary Harris. But right now, Brogdon is the better play of the 2. Small forward, you do got lots of different options. Well, you can pay up top for Giannis, and then down here, I think Paul George at 75 is in a good spot. Just depends if like Carmelo Anthony, or if Carmelo Anthony was out, then I would love Paul George. But Paul George's ceiling is at 50. I don't see him getting more than 50, and most of the time he's going to be in the 40s. So, he's just fine as a safe play, but for GPPs, if you're looking for someone, I think you can get the same amount of upside with a guy like Carmelo Anthony. Obviously, his upside is not going to come as regularly as Paul George, but at 5,800, that is a really, really cheap price tag. We were paying over 6K, mid 6K for Carmelo Anthony. First time he's been below that, and he's coming off a really nice game, so I don't know why the sudden drop in price. And this game should be fast-paced. It should be high-scoring. I think Carmelo Anthony has a good shot to get in the 30s in this one, mid-30s, and easily pay off that $5,800 price tag. He's averaged 28 against them in 2 games. Not great, but if he can push that to 30, that's a good play. I think Gary Harris, I mentioned him, but he's also really, really cheap at 58. Yeah, he was also in the 6Ks, high 6Ks. So I love Gary Harris as well. But I think Carmelo Anthony at 5,800 is really, really cheap, and I want to take advantage of that. Now at power forward, given the fact that this guy plays, Blake Griffin at 7,900, making his Pistons debut against the banged-up Memphis squad. I think Griffin is in a great spot. Granted that he plays, he just has to pass a physical. So hopefully he plays. Well, we'll obviously get the news before the slate locks. It's a 7 o'clock game. But at 79, that is a great price tag. He's going to see a ton of minutes right out of the gate because the Pistons traded basically the entire bench for him. So, yeah, Blake Griffin at that price tag is an amazing play. Let's see if they raise the price tag on some of these other Pistons. I bet they did. Yeah, Stanley Johnson's up to 54 like I said he would have been. Let's see, Reggie Bullock. He's out. He's at 5K. I mean, those guys are fine, but this is a tougher matchup, so I mean, I can get behind not playing some of them. And then finally, Anthony Tolliver. Oh, Anthony Tolliver is still definitely playable, but he's the guy who's going to see the bench roll with Blake Griffin coming in. So, I mean, do what you want with that. I think you can definitely play Stanley Johnson out of that group. At 5K, he's showing a lot of upside, but it is against the Grizz. And then finally, at the center spot, I'm going to go and play Marc Gasol at 76 with the news that Tyreke Evans is not going to play anymore. It's a really nice play at this price tag. It is a back-to-back with travel, though, so you might be a bit tired. And it is a tough matchup with Griffin and Drummond both down there, so I don't know, you might get into foul trouble really quickly. And it depends on if some of these other Grizzlies are available to play. Like, if the Grizzlies have no big men, then I'll definitely give Gasol a nice look. Yeah, but at center, I think either you can go down here for like a Steven Adams has been really solid at this price tag at 63. Really nice with upside. I love Steven Adams in this spot against the he's gonna be against Jokic, and Mason Plumlee has been ruled out, so you should get a bit easier matchup down there since he doesn't have to deal with both of those guys. I think Steven Adams at 6,300 is a great play. See, Paul Gasol is really cheap at 5,700. Yeah, I do like Gasol. 57 against this Houston team. Hasn't been seeing a ton of minutes, but when he sees the minutes, he plays really well. This game could go small. Just depends on how many of those Houston guys are injured. Like if Gordon's out and Paul's out, then the game should be playing big because Anderson's gonna have to see minutes. Capella's gonna see a lot of minutes. So in that case, I love Pau Gasol. Let's go with this kind of a good option and go with guy with high upside, and that's Dejounte Murray at 5,900. Murray just basically showed the amount of upside he has in his last game, scoring 0 points overall. I don't know how many players could score 0 points and still end up with around 30 DraftKings points, but Dejounte Murray is one of your guys. He's grabbed 13 boards, 7 assists, and 2 blocks in that game. Shot 0 for 4, but most of the time he's going to shoot double digits. He has a good shot to get a double-double because he's a very aggressive rebounder, especially now that he's starting and seeing a lot of minutes. I love Dejounte Murray in this matchup against this fast-paced team. Should get the opportunities to get a lot of steals in there. Should get steals and should get some block shots as well. So I think Murray's in a really fine spot. At 59, I love him. I think you can do a little stack of this game depending on obviously some of the injury news, but yeah, I love this Houston-San Antonio game, and it is a small slate. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and good luck.